Alrighty, so you guys are applying to be a peer advisor, correct? Okay, well, I got a short series of questions for you. If you have any questions for me, you can ask them now or you can ask them at the end, so whatever you feel comfortable with. If you need me to repeat a question, just let me know and I'll do that, just so I know that you're understanding what I'm trying to get across, okay? So Antoinette, what does being a team player mean to you?
Being a team player to me means leadership, working together to be supportive to everybody around you,
Okay.
and just having a positive, good attitude with your team. And
Okay.
if anything falls through the cracks, you know that you have your support to recover back, and nothing gets totally dropped, like you drop the ball. You build a strong foundation with your team and just have a good attitude.
Okay. Claudia, same question?
To me, it'd be working together as a whole,
Okay.
not leaving anyone behind. We all stay in the same block.
Okay.
And pretty much we have each other's back in anything, any
Mhm.
situation, negative or positive. We're always together.
Good. And Jaime?
Being a team player basically comes down to selfless service. Is
Okay.
keeping it professional. If you have any issues, go to the side and talk to that person if they're not actually trying to do their work, and just let them know, hey, there's an issue here and we need to solve it. And if you can't do that, then take it higher. But selfless service is the main thing because you put them in front of you. Their issues are more important than yours.
And Norma, what do you think teamwork is?
Teamwork means working together, always
Good.
helping each other achieve your goal to maintain a good work environment,
Okay.
and just helping each other if they need help or struggling with something.
Mhm.
So always
Right. Jaime, how do you handle conflict you may have with others?
First of all, I let them know, there's an issue in this point of aspect, and I set them aside and I talk to them, and let them know, hey, there's an issue here. We need to solve this. Either we solve it between us or solve it as a team. And if I can't solve it that way, then I take it up to higher. So there's not any issues, or we don't hold a grudge against each other, and we try to solve it with a higher level of supervision.
And Norma, what if you have a conflict with somebody else?
I would talk to them first, calmly, and try to solve it with that person. But if I can't solve it with that person, I have to talk to hire a supervisor or somebody that could help us solve our problems.
Great. And Claudia?
If it's a small issue, I would address it with them, where we all have our differences, and I'm sure we can work something out. But if it's something higher, I would definitely talk to a person that's above us and see what we could work out.
And Antoinette?
For me, it would also depend on the situation. If it's a personal issue, well, I would at least make an attempt to be civil. If not, then I follow the chain of command and talk to somebody.
Antoinette, what would you tell a new student is the most important academic skill to have?
Time management.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes. Make school your priority, and just keep an organized schedule.
Mhm.
That way, when it comes down to the end of the year, you're not stressing out, and it'll pay off the time management. And thank you.
Yep. And Claudia, what do you think is the most important skill a new student should have?
To be organized.
Okay.
To be organized, know when your assignments are due, know when you have to be studying and when you have to be at certain centers to help yourself out.
And Jaime?
I would have to say time management and organization.
Okay.
Time management, you'd have to know when to study and set up your schedule as studying and know when to actually have fun. And as for organization, is knowing your deadlines as for your assignments.
And Norma?
Yes, I agree. Time management is
Okay.
very important, personally, because I struggled with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very important to know how to manage your time. And if you're working,
Mhm.
you have your job, or that you have family problems, and to organize your time and know when your assignments are due.
Okay, good. And my last question for you today is, you can kind of toot your own horn on this one. Jaime, describe your biggest academic achievement at UTEP so far.
My biggest academic achievement so far would have to be passing my first class after not taking school for 7 years.
Wow, okay. How about you, Antoinette?
For me, it also took me 7 years to come back to school, so
Okay.
my 3.0 grade point average, and also because I really, for me that's a big thing, because I barely graduated high school, because I wasn't serious about high school. So now that I see myself moving forward, and I'm about to be a sophomore, and having that 3.0 feels really, really good.
Okay, how about you, Claudia? What is your biggest academic achievement so far?
Honestly, it would be that I'm still here.
Okay.
I
Tell me a
didn't
little
think I
about
was
that.
going to make it through the first semester.
Okay. And you are here, so you must have done pretty well, right? Good. And Norma, what's your biggest academic achievement so
My
far?
biggest academic achievement is always turning in my work, always having doing good in school and staying here.
Cool. Well, that is the end of my questions, so I don't know if you have any concerns or thoughts or questions for me before we're done?
How long is the training for the academic advisor?
Training for a peer advisor is approximately 4 to 6 weeks, especially with newer students or new employees. And the training that peer advisors go through is the same training the full-time advisors go through.
Okay. And
There's
is
a
there
lot
is there flexibility in between that training?
in terms of what?
In terms of such as, say, if you have another job, or such as like, you have a big test coming up.
Well, the training is not in big chunks. It's
Okay.
based on what your work schedule is. So if you're there 19 hours a week and you're just starting, all 19 hours a week is going to be committed to some part of training. So it's not something separate from your work hours. It's
Okay,
done
so-
within your work
So it's
hours.
not more of an overload, but it's basic 19 hours.
That's right.
Okay.
Except in some, may give you up to 23, depending on how busy we are, but typically, we don't do training as a separate thing, we do it as part of it. So basically paid training, right?
Yeah.
You show up to work, we train you, so that's basically what it is.
Thanks.
Anyone else?
What kind of errands or special projects are you going to be assigned?
It depends. In the summer, everybody chips in, so it'd be everything from stuffing orientation packets to looking at test scores for incoming students, for placement, during the academic year. Your commitment is to the advising, so there's not as many project kinds of things. You may be asked pretty much to look up test scores for students, because we're doing orientation year-round now pretty much, so you may be asked to look at test scores and things like that. Well, cool, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for applying. Thank you for coming in. Man, I'd hire all of you.